Yeah, and that's just it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something right now. The reason why I'm happy I have this old save is because there are secret tasks that you need to do to get the. I fulfilled all the correct parameters for the endings, right? I'll tell you right now. You have to keep Sophie and David alive. To keep Sophie alive, which I did the first time, is that you have to keep her above 30 HP when the dogs attack her, or else she will live to the end of the sequence, but then she'll die, which is pretty bad. And then, you know what happens with David, so yeah. And there are 3 other endings for the combinations of both of them dying, Sophie dying, and David dying, but the opposite living, of course. And I got the 4th ending where they both live, but I didn't get all the happy ending flags. And there are 5 tasks that you need to do. One of them was watch the videotape from the body in the decapitated headroom, which I did. Meet Helena in the cell you reach by heading left from the armor maze. Missed that entirely. Watch videotape 2 down in the hole near the safe room. Do you remember that hole that the table was put over later on? I had to go down there. And I'll tell you something else as well. I looked at the guide for this. You have a very slim opportunity to do some of these things because, like, for example, when I see David, that option with the hole is taken out entirely. I can't do it, and it locks me out at the ending. So I was fucked ever since I missed Helena by the armor maze, which is where I got killed that first time. And actually, now that I'm looking at that save, that might actually be too late, but we'll see. And then there's the 4th one, which is read the Punchinello story, which I did do. And there's a 5th one, listen to the recorder after being knocked out by the boogeyman in the secret passage. And I have to get all of them to do it. So I'm either going to go back and do that, or look up the best ending on YouTube and put it on this channel. If I do that, I will put credit to the people who I stole the content from. Sorry, but it is kind of stealing your video. Even if it is a let's play of the game. Oh, who cares? Anyways, I will see you in a minute. Okay, so what just happened? I've spent like 20 minutes playing back, and the second thing that I missed, which is this is what locked me out of getting the best ending, I need to remind you, is that you need to look at that painting, which just has 3 blades crisscrossing, and you have to move these 3 statues so they're all facing this one tile. And then you get this. And then you go over here. It's locked with a rusty padlock. You have to use this. Smash. Which I thought I tried before. Correct me if I didn't. But I completely forgot about it, so then we have to go down here. Oh no, I did do it, but I remember getting here and not being able to do anything. But then I completely forgot about it, yeah. And then I unlock it with that. Save again just to be sure. Just so you know that I did do it in just about 20 minutes. Blade. Can't, okay. And now we have a second song.
Helena.
It's Helena!
Keith?
And it's Keith.
Keith, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What about you?
Keith, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Helena, your leg's wounded. Hold on, I'll get over there.
Keith, I'm fine. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Helena? Wait, Helena, I'll be right there. Don't move from that spot.
I'm fine. I swear. I'll be fine. Wait for me, Keith. Don't worry.
Helena!
Alright, bye. And that's it. I don't know if this will change any dialogue. I'm probably going to skip over all of it anyway, so I won't be able to tell you. But that's the second thing you do. I'll be back in a second to show you the other 2 things that I missed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next thing. Obviously, the rope was right here, but I just wanted to point something out. David is right through that door. Not immediately. It doesn't trigger if you just go through the door, but he is, you know, on the walkway. So if you take one more little bit step forward, And don't immediately go back with the rope. You'll be fucked out of the good ending. That irritates me. I don't know. Maybe people would think to go back here immediately, but I certainly didn't. And I didn't mean to do that. Go down the hole. Videotape. That's where this leads, but it has no relevance as far as I know. So we go back up, and then we go back to the videotape room, but not the one that we were at with Lance, because A, that's further out of the way, and B, I think it's broken. I say with Lance, you know what I mean. That the previous theatre room. You could have gone there with Lance, I think. But it's definitely broken now, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so that was in the guillotine room. And that was it. That was the third thing. No, wait. The second thing you're supposed to do. No. Yeah. Wait. Fuck, I can't remember really. Yeah, that is the third thing you're supposed to do. And the second one that I missed. I'll be back with the fifth thing that you're supposed to do, as I did the fourth. And the last one. Okay, so I'll be back. Hello, I'm about to do the fifth and final happy ending task, and I might fuck it up because there's a couple steps to it. So we'll see. Oh no, I have to do this first. My mistake. Okay. Yeah, I remember to do that, but not this early. Okay, so you read this. And that's where we hear that, right? And now you have to hide. Oof, jeez. Apparently this plays out slightly differently. If you haven't done the other happy endings.
Move. You're under arrest.
Your wifey's got a good butt on her. Really makes me want to chase after her.
That was just horrible.
Where is she? Where?
Where is she?
Detective, how careless.
Where's the trigger? Batman.
Trying to take me on in such close quarters.
Uh-oh.
I hate to say such a rude thing to a detective, but not really.
You really should have restrained his arms.
Dummy.
Whoa! Cool it, kid. Ooh. Ominous. Heyo.
Keith, my poor darling.
His voice still gives me the willies.
You watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. And there you stood, with your back against the edge.
Ugh.
Now, it's time that you finally learn. You need pride. You need peace. So go ahead.
Ah,
Take it all.
my volume's really high, and whenever she says like an S sound, it just peaks really loud and it kills me.
But don't you see?
Ah!
In the end, there will be nothing.
I'm not kidding, it's really loud. I don't know if you guys can get that. I hope you don't. 'Cause
Left of you.
it fucking sucks.
Ugh.
Ugh. Right, and that's it. See you at the happy ending. I just found this that wasn't here before. You want to hear her?
Where is this?
Who's making that noise?
Who are you? What's going on?
Hello, Miss Baring.
Who?
I want to play a game.
Call me Boogie, ma'am. I'm about to begin a game befitting such a joyful night. I'd appreciate your participation as well. Run from me, miss.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you
Who's making
mean.
that sound?
Where's my husband? Where am I?
Oh,
Why is that man tied up?
it's going to be the servant who got shot in the head, wouldn't it?
Ah, he's an assistant. He can quickly explain to you how this will all work.
If it's going to use the same gunshot from Crooked Man, I'm going to be very happy.
If I should catch you,
Cupboards.
this happens.
Nice little room, all things considered, but it appears there was a scuffle.
Understand the
I
rules
know
now?
what the code is for this. It is
Where's
5,
my husband?
7,
Somewhere you
11,
wouldn't
which I
know about.
thought. Okay, no, good question, but
done.
she doesn't sound like she even fucking
Apparently I
noticed.
hadn't. Jesus,
Where's
Mary
my
and Jerome.
husband?
He can't save you. He's
Look at this
in
mess.
my grasp. It's up to me if he lives or dies. Now
But yeah,
run,
let's,
Miss Bayring. The game begins,
Look at
and
this.
I
Take out the tape and play it.
am
Yeah.
it.
Miss Bayring? I thought it was Miss Baring. Make your mind up. Oh, damn.
At last, I finally got a hold of you.
Yeah, I think that must have
Oh
only triggered.
dear,
What
hurt
is on
all
the inside
over.
of the cell?
But what else could I do?
cleared the
You
outside
just
'cause you could
wouldn't
live.
stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But well, our game of tags come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary, scary boogeyman.
Oh, yeah. Terrifying.
Are you relieved it's over, or are you still scared?
Relieved.
Well, madam, do you want to run?
Yes.
You're an unbelievable idiot.
Yep.
Say again.
I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared. You think I'm scared of you?
I mean, I might be, considering the circumstances.
Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that a masked maniac with knives for fingers chasing people is somewhat scary.
What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what?
Who's going through that, isn't he?
You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me.
Didn't he say it was up to him?
I guess that was true. And all this time you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him. I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is. But there is something I can do, in all my weakness. If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth.
Wasn't the idea that Keith was trying to save people through the trials or whatever, I call them the trials, through, the events, and that's why Boogeyman wasn't killing him?
You poor, stupid little boogeyman. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you.
I think he's a step above bullying at this point.
Go ahead. Have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster. But I'll never let you bring my husband into it.
Too late for that.
Don't you dare lay a hand on him.
That's right, don't let him know that you're afraid. Sorry, that was me being
You
very, very
talk
cynical and
too
critical.
much, madam.
That probably shouldn't say Helena.
That's terrible. Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby. Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry. Keith, are you listening? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip. Come on.
He's just fallen asleep. I know he hasn't, but that would just be really funny.
I'm awake. David, you look for Helena. She should be near.
What about you?
Huh? What about you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go kill a monster.
Whoa. Wait, he's going to stop and read that magazine first. David has vanished. Frightening. Right, I forget. Where do I go from here? I might as well just keep recording. Oh yeah, I go left, don't I? Alright. Let's boogie. See what I did there? Dance! Boogie Wonderland! Ha! 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 Oh, I can go here. Why did I say that? That's the way I was supposed to go. I don't know why. I thought that painting was a secret entrance again. Silly old me. To the tippy top of the tippy top tower. Let's see if you can lay a hit on me this time.
Wait, Dad,
Hello?
leave the door open and don't turn out the lights in the hall.
Do what I want, mate.
Why?
The boogeyman will come.
No, it won't. Oh my god,
What
he's
kind
got
of
a
guy
gut.
is this boogeyman?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
Sounds like someone I know.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating.
Fuck him up.
Hey, Boogie, you in there? What the? Hey, let go.
He's dead.
Dad?
Boogie 298 got him.
Dad?
Whew, he was a little tough, but I got him good.
Is that the fat guy's name? I can't remember. I know it's Boogie something.
No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really?
Would I lie?
Yep.
Me and Mom are in
Actually,
the bedroom
I
right
don't
there,
know.
you know. You still scared? Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the ones with the fairies.
No way. I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit. Listen, Todd. If the boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
That's right, kid.
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son.
Ciao.
Should I leave the light on?
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
Alright, let's do this.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about it, detective?
Goodbye.
Thought you have an enemy?
He's going to come up from the other one, isn't he? Nope.
Who or what it is, you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head.
Is that the doctor from Anonymous Agony? I fucking hope not.
But you know there's something tormenting you. Always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer.
How did it feel the day Clara was raped, Hayes? Sorry, that's a reference and a half.
Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So, just making one enemy will do. I chose you as my enemy. Have I become yours?
Well, yeah. It's a bit of a stupid question.
Oh well, Either way, we're gonna settle this
I know
right
you were
here.
putting a big old poetic spin on it and whatnot, but I stopped listening.
Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife?
Right, you're ruining it.
What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all. In a sense, it was all a lie. You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me. You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice.
I can see that.
Final boss? Ha! A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps.
That was awkward.
You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you.
That must be a lie.
As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police.
Why?
Because I'm not chasing you. You just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after. Sorry, but it ain't you.
What am I here for then?
That's right. It's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk.
I know he's probably just putting this on to, fuck with him, but still.
Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who hides in the closet and threatens kids.
A murderer?
And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy. I can tell.
Let's kill him.
But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way. No one watching.
What happened to once you got people safe, you would leave them alone, huh?
So I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump.
They should have just not spoken at all.
That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down. Don't you think, Boogie?
It's called Castle Doctrine. Please don't say anything. You're only going to make it worse. What is that noise?
Can't afford to laugh anymore, can you?
What happened to his face?
Back to your closet, Boogeyman. You don't have what it takes to make it over here.
What was it? Oh, Z. Oh, I don't have the fire axe. I was wondering why I wasn't swinging.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny.
No, I was wondering what the fuck that was. Ow. Ow, he finally laid a hit on me.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny. That was horrible. That was pathetic. He did hit me, but Jesus Christ. He's got a fucking axe and knives for fingers, and he only hit me once.
Where do you think you're going, Lance?
I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long.
Did you forget what he said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own.
Well, then after all's said and done, we'll tell him we did just what he said. Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time.
Don't joke about things like that.
Of course, you might have gone stone cold and all that time.
Sounds like a joke to you? We got two, maybe three corpses around here.
What part of don't you get?
Stop, you two. Don't fight.
We'll go search together.
Yay!
I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands. And Lance, you watch the rear.
Hold hands.
Papa.
How old is Sophie
You
supposed to
really
be?
want to go?
I'm looking this up right now.
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
I don't know. I'm starting to think those people are really dead. So I think I was wrong on that part, but I'm sure the bad guy is still Brendan. It has to be.
What do you mean?
Let's be going.
Sophie Grundler. She's 17 in The
Helena,
Sandman and
where are you?
18 in The Boogeyman.
Helena?
She's 18. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, sorry. She's still 17, but still. 17 years old. Everyone treats her like a 5-year-old. I mean, some of their points are still valid, of course, but still. Hold hands with Shirley. Oh, hello.
Helena,
David!
are you okay?
That man knocked me out. I woke up here. I was unconscious the whole time.
You don't say.
Keith!
Helena,
Ciao.
Keith! Where are you?
What's a bloody big gash you got in your head? Are you sure you're alright?
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you.
Zing? What's that thing on the bottom right?
What's in that big head of yours?
It's fucking Brendan, I knew it! Yes, it's you little weasel.
Brendan?
Yeah, I fucking knew it.
you lose.
You Liz.
Detective.
Detective. Why is he talking like that? Oh shit. He still stabbed me.
Keith!
Oh!
You're Brendan? Why?
Fuck him up, David.
Stop moving around.
Kill him! Fucking kill him!
Keith, Helena.
We
Hello?
have to stop the bleeding. Lance!
Let's!
Richard, help me out.
Sophie, find something to tie him with.
Just fucking kill him. He's murdered like 7 people or more. I'm probably miscounted. Probably more than 7.
Keith!
Got you.
What?
Keith? You...
Helena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation.
Okay.
No more running.
No! Keith, stay with me, please!
Why does Helena's voice actress get so much better when she's shouting or crying? But when she's just talking normally, she sounds like she's about to either fall asleep or orgasm.
The servants and Stevie. 10 people died all told.
10 people! I know I miscounted.
I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this, especially not to your coworkers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Oh, bribery. Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort the truth all you want, and I won't say a peep, 'cause that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I've got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too. I won't ask for money, And I won't say a peep, 'cause I'm grateful to the guy. So quit hounding me. But, as an involved party, I've got a right to know what happened there. I just can't wrap my head around it. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the movie biz.
Making a snuff film, maybe? Not a very good one.
So what was the motive?
Guy's gone silent.
I can't believe they let him live.
Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes. But I bet you heard a different story in Hollywood. Now that's the kind of thing your lot should be writing about.
Yeah, funny that.
Nobody knows people's past, usually. But it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting. And once you know somebody's past, you can lead 'em by the nose. He tricked you all, and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but he was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees. Even did a background check on me.
Okay.
On you? Why?
'Cause I was going to be on that tour.
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell, so he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. It makes you superior to the other person, so you can control them. Then they freak out and have to submit. He knew that tactic well. Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it?
Not really.
In his case, he just used money and connections to dig up people's pasts, and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates, so he just picked randomly. Oh, damn, was he just in it for fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can figure out this incident. Give me anything you got. First, Brendan, or Boogie rather, what kind of man was he?
A fucking idiot.
How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him.
He had emotion.
He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster.
Sounded like he was taking joy in it. At least that's what I gathered from
Keith
it.
told me he was a real jester.
Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things.
Richard, you seem to have a suspicion he might be Brendan. Why do you think that?
When my daughter went missing, and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration, so if he did take Sophie, he'd show off proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said. Keith said he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped, and his corpse was quickly dropped into the basement. Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
I mean, they were going to drop you in a hole.
'Cause he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspected this was a farce plotted by Brendan.
I see his point, though, but I'm guessing, well, it looks like they haven't told him about the fact that they just had a fight with him and took his mask off. I don't know why they wouldn't tell him about that.
No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest, so I didn't speak about it to Keith. I wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion, not to mention we didn't know whether his wife was safe.
Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually.
Was it a doll?
Right you are. Packed with neat little blood packs, it seems.
He just didn't say anything at the time or to any of you for some
Brendan
reason.
was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him.
Unless he said this after everything happened, and he said that in his debrief or something.
On top of
I
all
don't
those
know.
flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below, so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course, he'd think Brendan was killed too.
If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner. but I was paralyzed with fear. I was only worried about my daughter.
Not really. I mean, even if we knew it was Brendan, which I definitely did, because I'm very smart, he wouldn't have made things go by any quicker.
Even when Keith was running all over the place for us.
Don't worry about it. Keith did all that 'cause he wanted to. That's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe. Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
She's 17.
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought. What you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake. Because I've met the real boogeyman.
Sophie, stop it. Not this tale again.
Fine, if you say so, Papa. Guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. Meeting the real boogeyman sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder. But his hand was cold as ice.
I remember that.
Right away, I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Huh. So boogeyman's hands are cold, eh? I'll tell that to my little squirts. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like you might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith, a little.
You still think that way now?
Not even, because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like, "Don't worry your papa ever again."
It's a pretty good impression.
Red paint? On his face? There was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he had a weird paint on a torn paper bag.
Why wouldn't it be blood on
And
his
one
leg?
more thing.
He's killed
Did you
enough
see
people.
any red graffiti in the castle? Or any monsters? Hear any phones ringing?
What monsters? Those other two things were definitely... Okay, those two things we saw, but I don't remember seeing any fucking monsters.
No, I didn't.
There were dogs.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind, if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
I forgot it was colorblind.
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
This is a fucking long ending.
What do you mean?
Because people don't always see the same things you do.
Why are we whispering? Oh dear.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
So what, did he just not tell them that it was Brendan?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm going to report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
That wallpaper.
When our son died, I thought my own life was over too.
Our lives are over.
I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then. But I do remember one thing. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay.
Aww.
Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my own emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I had been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death. He was always supporting me, so he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger. Next time, I would protect him, since I wanted him to laugh again. But I couldn't. I couldn't repeat anything to Keith. And I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. So, even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed.
Thanks, Dick.
And last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to get to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good. But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? You've just been getting more and more wounded as you go along.
Other. Enunciate, please, Manly.
You're propping Keith up too, Helena. He can fight day after day, 'cause he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say?
Got you.
'Cause he finally got what makes him happiest.
It sounded like you were saying got you as if he just pranked her.
But, man, too much discrepancy between your guys' testimonies and Keith's. Just how am I gonna report this to their department? Hey, Helena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I come talk with him now?
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. And I'm planning to head there myself.
Let me guess, either the castle or the kid's grave? Kid's grave. Or if Duke's grave is here.
Keith.
Yo.
I've always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing, like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone, even myself. It was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago. It was all garbage, but I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And I saw you were safe, and you came up to me. Finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh, even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad. And if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. There's something seriously wrong with my head, seems like. It's gonna be a busy time. And it's gonna be so busy, I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser. I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees.
Oops.
You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce or decide. I've decided. Haven't you too?
Oh.
We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet, because it'll soon be sunny again.
Happy end. Come rain, come shine. And there we go. That's the Boogeyman. Finally finished. I think you guys at this point probably know what I think of this game. I don't hate it. I just don't like it that much. First off, let me just say what I don't like about it. I've done that too much already. The voice acting was a mistake. I know I could have turned it off, but I don't know. I feel like I might have killed myself if I had to read everything out. I told you, manly badass hero, I knew it. I feel like the puzzles were just a bit much. Like, if I hadn't used a guide, I would be tearing my hair out, and that might make good YouTube, you know, me screeching my head off. But unfortunately, I don't think I would have been that kind of angry. It would have just been quiet and moody, and I would have just gotten annoyed. So I think it was for the best that I did take up a guide in the end, and it felt kind of short, honestly. But I'm not too fussed about that. We'll leave that as a hit or miss thing. But as for what I liked, I mean, and some of the characters were a bit. I don't dislike Keith, but compared to David and Sophie in their own games, he's not my favourite. But you know, that's neither here nor there. But what I did like all the characters coming together finally. I say finally because, you know, third game, one main character per game. We would have had to at least gotten to this point to have multiple characters from previous games in one. I don't know why I'm rambling like this, but you know what I mean. It was cool. I feel like maybe, I don't know, everyone felt alright. It'd be cool if Paul and Marion were here, and then maybe one or two of Sophie's friends showed up for a cameo or something. But it was good, and the environments were pretty nice, good to look at. And you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. For me, I see it sort of like an Alien situation. Alien and Aliens are both pretty good, right? And it's a toss-up between which you think is the best because it's up to you. You know, they do different things. Whereas this feels like an Alien 3 situation, maybe even an Alien Resurrection situation, where it's not horrible, but it's definitely a step down, and that's how I would make an analogy out of this. Congratulations on beating the Boogeyman, and thank you for playing the game. Additionally, sir, if you played the previous two games in the series, that I did. This game was fully voiced with the help of voice actors, I'm aware. Due to the... Sorry, yeah, the voice acting was just not great at all. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but yeah. Only like a couple people were alright. I mean, Richard and Lance were alright, but the others just... David wasn't horrible and Sophie was okay, but I think most of what confused me about Sophie was just how they treated her for her age. But who knows? Due to the author's fatigue, there's no bonus scenario, and I did receive comments from each of the actors, so take the upper door if you're interested, why not? The Something Man series has come to a turning point. The general storyline ends in the next game. I have plans for serious and silly extra chapters afterward, so please play those if you're interested. I'm not sure about that bit, but we'll see. Lastly, once more, congratulations on beating the game, and thank you for playing. I am a sheep. View character bios. Let's have a look. I don't think we looked at these before. Keith Baring. Age 37, height 6'1", of course he is. Type AB. Local police inspector. Cold and unfazed. Tell you what, I'll just flick through these and you guys can read them because I don't want to bloat out this ending episode. Helena. Fucking hell, she is tiny. David is 6'0". Better than nothing. 5'1", Jesus Christ. Yeah, 17. Lance, 5'10". Richard, 5'11". Shirley, 5'9". They are married, but they don't have, fucking the same name. 6'6", Jesus Christ, why? Sorry, it's just kind of a thing that I was reminded of, because the other day I was looking at some old character sheets for Gmod RP, and anyone who knows anything about that knows that people love having characters that are at least 6 foot or above. So whenever I see that, I roll my eyes, because I'm very critical. Stevie Small, wow. Poor guy. At age 5, he was run over by a truck and died. Very glib. What's in here? Nothing. Hello? Hey, there's a bonus scene? Hey, okay. Don't know what the Sandman's doing here, but let's find out.
How many times have we come here again?
Oh, 5, I think.
Ugh, I can't stand it. We've told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best, and it's been a month now. This must be the last time. I'm sure of it. Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Whatever floats your boat, Richard.
Orange juice.
Very well. I'll go buy some.
Ciao.
Thanks. Hey, when those dogs attacked me, you saved me, right?
I forgot she was going to be talking to the Sandman.
I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly. Thanks.
That's creepy.
I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne, and Reagan, well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me. Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies? You know,
Sorry to butt in.
Ah! Hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
I'm not daydreaming. Keep it between us, but I've met some fairies.
Maybe you should have let him think you're a weirdo.
So you don't believe me?
Why would he?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
He's pulling your leg.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles, the Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
Why won't you believe me?
Why would he?
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, don't you think? But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy, pink ones.
He's funny now.
What do you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away.
Jesus.
Huh. You angry?
Disappointed.
Better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
What the fuck? Hold up. Why would you say something like that? What? What? She's 20 years younger than you.
Ugh!
What's wrong?
Haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. It's weird.
Did you take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics. Sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep, and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
That breathing's a bit odd. Don't like listening to that.
Maybe some exercise would have been better.
Okay, damn. 10 fucking hours later, we're done. Well, hey, you know, it wasn't too bad. Thanks for showing up. I hope you enjoyed. And, well, I suppose the Hanged Man is next. So, I hope to see you there, and I'll see you all somewhere. Ta-ta for now.